Welcome back to the New Orleans Investment Conference. My name is Kai Hoffmann. I'm the Brien Lundin Kai on Twitter and the CEO of the Sora Financial Group. Welcome to the Gold Newsletter channel. And we're joined by Bruce Bragagnolo. He's the founder and executive chairman over at Regency Silver. Bruce, it's great to see you. I love doing these in person. How are you?
I'm great, Kai. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's good to have you. Very timely. Because you put out news this morning, drill results. I think people have been waiting for some results because you finished drilling in July and you finally put out some results today, this morning. What is it, November 2nd?
Yeah.
But before we talk about the results, let's leave it at a bit of a cliffhanger here. Let's introduce the company real quick. Regency Silver, what do you do? Where are you at?
Sure. Regency Silver was formed in 2017. We acquired the Dios Padre property at the end of the year. We did a drill program in 2018, and the Dios Padre property is very interesting. It's a former silver producer. It's been mined for 400 years, and we noticed that there was something different about the silver deposit. It occurred inside a very strong breccia structure, and the structure was 60 feet high. The old workings were quite extensive. So he said, look, there's no way this structure ends at the bottom of where they mined. And there was some induced polarization work that was done by our previous option holder. And we took all the old data, we took the IP, and we formulated a new plan for Dios Padre. And the plan was to follow the block model, the grade, down dip underneath the IP anomaly. And right where we thought we might hit the extension of the silver mine, it looks like we've hit it. And our news today was nothing short of spectacular.
Fantastic. Now, great segue to the news. Let's talk about it. So have you hit the extension, and what does that look like?
Well, we've hit a very large mineralized body down dip, and it may be that this type of mineralization occurs in layers. So you get different levels of mineralization. So the top, the silver mine, looks like it's the surface expression of a very high-grade zone. And some of the grades up there were very good. They were kilo plus, 3 kilos plus inside this breccia. And breccias seem to occur as part of a larger system. You need a big system to break up the rock and have it filled in with the fluids later. So we drilled underneath, but now we're going to be going up dip from our new discovery, that level, and we're going to we're hoping to find, and every indication is, we're going to find more of these levels as we go the 400 meters up dip towards the silver mine.
Fantastic. Yeah, the grades are fantastic as well. 54.65 meters with 5.3 grams of gold. That is an exceptional number, I think. How many holes have you drilled? And run me a bit through, or recap a bit, what you've done so far on the project, because I know we're still waiting on a few assays.
No, the assays are all in now.
Oh, they're all in.
Yeah,
okay,
they're all in. So what we've done is we've gained so much knowledge about the mineralization as well from the last drill program. So what we know now is the orientation of the mineralized zone is southeast northwest at about a 45-degree angle, and it's kind of ironic that most of Mexico was formed. All the mineral deposits were formed along the plate tectonics that go 45 degrees to the northwest. So what we like here is that it's just the size of the zone. We're 150 meters by 180 meters with only 10 holes. All of our holes hit mineralization. It's just where is the grade, and we're more focused on the grade than we are on the mineralization. Obviously, I've got a video. I've got 2 minutes of me filming core boxes full of breccia. Some of it has good grade, some of it doesn't. So it's really a function of where do you find the gold, and the new modeling software is amazing for telling us. And what it's telling us is drill along strike.
Yeah.
We're open in all directions, go along strike and go up.
Okay. What's the goal of the program? What's the business plan? What are you trying to achieve now? What are you going to do with the results?
Well, we're going to tell the public about the results. We just raised some money on a private placement. We'll be using that for a bit of advertising, some marketing. We'll be using it for to understand and model the structure. So we've got a bit of room there for financing for a while. And our plan is to get back on the ground in the new year and drill extensively. I mean, this project deserves a lot of work. It won't take much more to really define a nice looking mineralized zone here.
Okay. Since you brought that up, like, do you plan a resource update anytime soon then? Because you have a resource already on the project.
We do. We have a resource on the historic silver mine area, which is on the surface. We have not done any resource on the, we only got 10 holes into it. We would like to get more holes before we started doing a resource on that zone. And there's potential for a lot more, so we don't want to get started on a resource when we feel that there's much more potential. So the interesting thing about the silver resource is on the flanks of that silver resource, we started hitting gold in a breccia that is very similar to the gold in the breccia that we're hitting at depth. So every indication is that that gold on the flanks of the silver mine came from below.
Gotcha. Your company's called Regency Silver, but you're putting out gold results. Are you going to change the name at some point?
You know what? Let's see what happens as we go up dip. We should be getting a transition zone of gold and silver. We might hit more silver up top, but ultimately it's going to be the gold and the copper that drive the economics of this deposit, because as we go into the porphyry, and if you look at Figure 5 of our news release, we have a porphyry zone where we have the copper. So this will be a polymetallic deposit. The minerals that I love, gold, copper, and silver. So we started out as a silver deposit. We'll see how it works out. But we always knew that IP anomaly was going to be copper. The gold has been a very, very pleasant surprise for us.
So Regency Metals, just to sort of put it together.
Well, we've already got the name reserved, but we'll see.
No, fantastic. Bruce, you mentioned extensive drilling. How much drilling do you think you'll need to get to a sizable resource update? Like, what have you modeled there?
Well, I look at it, and I wouldn't accept personally any less than about 50,000 meters for a proper model. Maybe a bit more. So we've got some work ahead of us to get to that level. But we've got the mineralization to really show us where we have to go. So it shouldn't be too hard to drill off a very good zone with say 50,000 meters of drilling. Our best hole 2321 we just announced today, is our farthest along strike. It's our widest width at our best grade so far. So when your last hole is in your best mineralization, you got a long way to go from there.
We put out a checklist here for investors yesterday during a Mining 101 boot camp with Brent Cook and Brien Lundin, and one of the questions is like, what's the size of the prize, and is it worth chasing? Right. So the question is, what's the size of the prize? Like, what are you chasing there?
We are chasing a large porphyry deposit. It's a hydrothermal magmatic event. It's big. I can't tell you how big it is, but it's big.
It's tough to put ounce numbers on it. I know some companies put out exploration targets, right, that range from 50,000 ounces to 1 million, so pretty much everything.
Yeah, well, I'd like to do that, but I don't think 43101 allows that. Yeah, let's just say it's got big potential here.
Fantastic. Yes. Bruce, what are the next catalysts for the company? You put out results, a bit greedy, of course, here, the question, but you put out results as we speak today.
Yeah.
What's next?
The next is to get drilling again in the new year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you time restricted? New Year is that a weather thing? You're in Mexico. Is there
No, there's
Christmas?
no weather restrictions there. Just Christmas. Everything shuts down for Christmas. Yeah. So the new year will be a good time to get started. The weather allows us to drill year-round there. We've had no restrictions on drilling.
Fantastic. Bruce, thank you so much for coming out. Really great to seeing you in person. Like, I always love doing these in person over Zoom.
Yeah, they're much better, aren't they? Yeah.
Good luck out in Mexico, and good luck at the conference.
Well, thank you, Kai.
Fantastic. Everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. This was Gold Newsletter Update here from the New Orleans Investment Conference. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Somewhere here below it says subscribe. Leave a comment, of course, as well. Engage with us. We do want to hear from you, and we have lots more coming from this conference. Thanks so much.